What's up, DFS players? We are going through the best prize picks entries for today. So yesterday was decent, won some, lost some, but we're going to have a banger today. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. Now, what I like to do at the start of all these videos, because if you're trying to make money on PrizePicks or Underdog Fantasy, it's literally critical to understand how these platforms work. Right? So the way that PrizePicks works is you cannot place straight bets. We can't just bet on Graham under 4.5 or over 4.5 strikeouts, right? You need to include everything into an entry, as it's called. And what's interesting is PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy, they don't vary payouts, as you'll notice, depending on what you select. It's always 20 to win 60, 20 to win 40 in profit for a two-pick entry. So that's just plus 200 odds. Right? We're staking 20 to win 40 in profit plus our $20 stake back. That's just plus 200 odds. So we've done this before, but essentially, because PrizePicks is giving you plus 200 odds on any two-pick entry, the implied odds or implied price that they're giving you on any player prop is minus 137. Right? There will be a video in the end screen kind of breaking down the math behind PrizePicks. If you haven't already watched it, I recommend watching it. You'll become a lot more profitable on PrizePicks and Underdog. But essentially, the way you can think about it is if you have a two-leg parlay where both bets are minus 137 odds, your parlay is going to come out to plus 200 on a sportsbook. So because PrizePicks gives you plus 200 odds on any two-pick entry, they're giving you the implied price of minus 137. So it's helpful to know, the juice that PrizePicks is charging when looking for good props, right? Minus 137 on the under, the over. They won't vary your payout or the implied price they're giving you depending on what you select, like the over or the under. So regardless, that's really helpful because as we can see, when we're using OddsJam, so you can just literally browse MLB odds or really anything you want to bet on. PrizePicks has WNBA player props. I'm sure they'll have football. Is what you can see right here is Martin Perez over 4.5 strikeouts is heavily favored on the sports books, but you can get this in your PrizePicks or Underdog entry, right? You can see literally right here, all the sports books are pricing this, from minus 160, minus 144 to minus 170. So there's a lot of value in being able to get the under in your PrizePicks entry, right? When sports books have the under heavily juiced, that's because they think the under is a lot more likely to hit than the over is. Right? Pinnacle is giving you minus 170 on Perez under 4.5 strikeouts. The sharpest bookmaker is pricing the under 4.5 strikeouts at minus 170 and the over at plus 126. So if we just throw that into a zero vig odds calculator, plus 126 minus 170, you can see the true price for this bet with the vig removed is minus 142, right? And we're getting minus 137 in our PrizePicks entry. So there's a ton of value in this play being able to get the under at minus 137. So that's the first pick I'm on. Again, just literally using OddsJam's betting tools. So there's a positive EV betting tool. There's a lot of betting tools on OddsJam you can use to try to find value on PrizePicks. Now, the second pick I have is Jameson under 5 strikeouts, right? So what's interesting about this prop, right? This is how OddsJam works. It's just constantly scanning the markets, literally to find you the best line discrepancies. Like here we can see White Sox over 3.5 is plus 110 on WinBet. No other sportsbook's giving us better than plus 100. This is a bet with a mathematical profit margin, right? We have the Hotspurs minus half on the first half handicap. So OddsJam just shows you, the most profitable bets. Constantly scanning the market, updating the lines from PrizePicks, things like that in real time. So anyways, the second pick I have is Jameson under 5 strikeouts. So what you'll notice here, just browsing odds, is PrizePicks is setting the line at over under 5. No other sportsbook has the line at 5, right? Every sportsbook has the over under at 4.5, slightly juiced towards the over on most sportsbooks. So I took the under 5 for Jameson, right? If he has exactly 5 strikeouts, we would lose on every sportsbook and Underdog. We would push on PrizePicks. Right? We would push. It would be a tie. So this is an incredible value play. That half a jump in strikeouts is pretty big, right? This, the probability that Jameson has exactly 5 strikeouts, it's not trivial. So this is a pretty great betting opportunity, being able to get the under 5 at minus 137. So I went ahead, I locked in both. 25 to win 75, two-pick entry, under 5 for Jameson in the Yankees game, under 4.5 for Martin Perez in the Rangers game. And let's make some money.